As silent as the faint breeze, Zack flexed his wings and took to the sky, seeking refuge behind one of the thick evergreens. Lisette donned her helmet and lifted her chin to fasten the strap. Her gaze, as it always did, went to the roof, wandering across the peak as though she expected to find something there. Or someone. Did she hope to find him there? No, of course not. He had only spoken to her twice, and one of those times had been when she and a couple of her fellow immortals had ambushed him, chained him up, and interrogated him. She knew Seth, the leader of the Immortal Guardians, didn't trust him. And yet, Zack almost convinced himself that he saw disappointment in her pretty brown eyes before she climbed onto the back of her sleek black Hayabusa and took off. He might as well be a kite connected to her with a string. That increasingly familiar compulsion to follow her sent him sailing through the night above her. Wings spread, Zack rode the breeze, swooping and twirling as he raced the motorcycle that ate up the asphalt below. The slender figure guiding it nearly scraped her knee on the pavement as she leaned into a curve, taking it far too fast. Her long midnight braid flapped and danced in the wind, bouncing off the sheathed Shoto sword strapped to her back. Garbed all in black, she didn't wear her long coat tonight and, no doubt, would generate a great deal of attention if any other drivers on the road could keep up with her long enough to notice the multitude of weapons she bore. And she knew how to use those weapons. He had seen her in action. Hunting insane vampires was a violent, bloody business, one made all the more so recently when mercenaries had gained knowledge of immortals, vampires, and the virus that infected them both. Zack shook his head. Mankind was so predictable. Getting rich always triumphed over doing good. The mercenaries had seen the virus as a means of creating an army of super soldiers they could hire out to the highest bidder, and their determination to understand why vampires were driven insane by the virus and immortals weren't had nearly led to Lisette's capture. Slowing, the lovely immortal in question turned onto a private drive and stopped before a tall security gate. Zack's gaze lingered on her long legs, outlined nicely by fitted cargo pants, as she straddled the bike and typed in the code.